Well, there's just this, which is already nothing, being everything. And this is just simply what is. It can never be known. It can never be understood. It can never be gotten because it's everything already. There is really nothing outside of it to get it. There is really nothing outside of it to know it or to become it. There's just simply it or this. You can call it whatever. It doesn't really mind. It's not a thing. It can never really be pointed at. It can never be grasped because it's not really a thing. Yet it appears as apparent things. So this isn't a man or a woman or a human being. Yet it appears as what seems to be a man or a woman or a human being in the story, as the story as well. But the story itself is already empty. There's no one behind the story. There's no one behind anything. Anything here may arise. A question about what is being discussed here can arise, but is already arising from that which is being discussed, which is being suggested. There is no separation already. There is nobody to know this already. Because this, as it is unknowable. What appears to be somebody who wants to know is already that which is unknowable, appearing as that. And this, as it doesn't know the other, because there are no others. If it seems as if there's somebody here, and then it will seem as if there are others as well. But that's as it is, it's just a dream, it's a story. The story that appears in this as this. There's no separation. And in the story, it may seem as if this is going somewhere, you know. There's somewhere to get to. There's somebody to get to a certain level or a position. But that's just a story. That's just a dream. That as it is already empty. There's no one to get to anyway, and there's nowhere to get to. There's just simply what's arising, thinking or not thinking, wondering or not. Everything that seems to arise in this is already not personal, even when it seems it's personal. Somebody saying, "This is happening to me," is already empty. There's no real somebody who can say or do anything. It's just already that this which is being longed for appearing as somebody. So all that is this. There's nothing outside of this. There's nobody outside of this to know this. And there's nothing to be done. There's nowhere to get to. There's no journey. There's nothing to reach. There's nothing to achieve. There's just this. So this as it is, uh, it has no distance. There's no distance to cover here. It's just simply full on this. And this as it is isn't happening to anybody. Trying to get this is already this appearing as that. Not trying to get it is already this appearing as that. Thinking that there's somewhere to reach, there's somewhere to get to, is already this, which is not getting anywhere, appearing as that. So there's no escape, and there's no one to escape anything. There's just this, what is, simply what is. Looking, thinking, sitting on a chair, wondering, looking for something other than this happening, remembering the past, imagining the future, trying to stay in the present, happening. All that seems to arise in this is already empty, is already not being done by anybody. So there's already no there's already no victim. There's already no doer that is separate from this. What seems to be the victim or the doer is just a story, which is also this, which is not a story, expressing as that. So trying to find this or not trying is already this. Enjoying this, what is being spoken, or not enjoying is already this. Being on the way or not is equally this, just this. There is already nobody who's on the way or not on the way. There's just this. This is already empty and full in a sense that it's every apparent thing, yet everything is empty. This is uncaused. This has no beginning. Therefore, it has no end. It is the unborn, the undying. So there's nobody talking about this already. And there's nobody listening already. There's nobody getting it already. There's nobody not getting it already. There's just this. And this isn't coming from somewhere. There's no somewhere already. And there's no coming. There's just this. Whatever is arising, joy, peace, sadness, losing hope, finding hope. So in the story, or there's that sense of being separate from everything, it may seem as if there's a real somebody who's going through something, who needs help. But really, there's nobody here to help. Mm. Yet, help may arise for that one. But there's already no real somebody who needs help, who can be helped. And the one who may appear to help is just this already arising as that. There's already no separate self to find this. There's already no separate self who's disconnected from this. There's already no separate self to become one with this. There's just simply this, full on this. Whatever that may seem to arise, thinking that it's not yet this, arising in this, thinking that there's somewhere to get to, thinking that what is being suggested is not true. It's just this already. Whether it seems to be true or not true, you know, it doesn't really touch this. It doesn't really change this. Because what seems to arise, saying is not true or true, it is this already. It's not separate from this. And there's nobody here to know this. This can never be known. Thinking that this can be known is just already this expressing as that. something saying, but I don't know this. I need to know this today. Mm. I won't sleep without knowing this. That's already what is being longed for, as pressing as that. That's not an evidence that there's a real somebody who separates, who will eventually become one with this. That's this, just this. And there's no one here who knows this. It's just this. And I don't know this. There's nobody here who knows anything. And there's nobody there who knows anything. If a question that seems to arise there is just an empty question arising in this, there's no one behind the question. And if the answer seems to be given here, there's no one behind the answer. It's just the answer arising and the question arising. It's arising from nowhere. And it isn't going anywhere. The story is already empty. The story has no victim because the story is this. So if there are questions, or if somebody wants to share something, feel free to do so by simply unmuting. Yeah.
Well, well, this week I got really caught into a story, and I'm not saying it's done yet. And uh, sometimes when I listen to you, I actually get angry because you give me nothing from my story, um, and yet it feels so embedded that I can't go from my story to where you're talking about. And it sometimes seems like you're talking a foreign language, but at the same time, I know you're speaking the truth, and and I shouldn't use the words I can't understand, but I can't seem to drop the story enough to go to this. Yeah, I guess that's really what I wanted to share.
Mm. Yeah, beautiful. And thank you for sharing. What I can say is that there's nobody to move from the story to this.
There's
There's
nobody to
just
watch the story, you say?
there's nobody to get rid of the story.
Right. There's nobody to get rid of the story.
Yeah. There's nobody separate from this who wants to know this. There's just this saying, I can't get rid of the story, and I seem to be away from this in a way. That's just full on this which is already nothing, expressing as somebody who's not getting it or who's not who's unable to get rid of the story. So that's what is seen here. So there's no victim already. There's no woman who's trying to do anything here. There's just this, which is not a thing, expressing as a thing, apparent thing.
So you say there's nobody trying to get rid of it. There's
Yes,
nobody here
already.
that's trying to get rid of it already. I guess that's where I suffer from. I think there's somebody here that can get rid of it and nobody can.
Yeah,
So
there's
it just,
nobody separate.
there's already nobody separate.
Yeah. These are just responses happening. You know, this responding to the question. The questioner or the one who's asking the question is just full on this, and the one who seems to give an answer is just this. So the question itself is empty, and the answer is empty. The question is not coming from somebody or from somewhere. It's just already that which can never really be known, because it's the only it's the what I can say is the only thing that is, or apparent thing. So there's no separation. There's no separate self to know this, because this is just, there's no separation. It's just everything already. There's no division. So that which is asking a question and that which seems to be giving an answer is just one. So there's no dividing line.
So you think maybe that the annoyance I sometimes feel um, when you're talking is because I'm frustrated that I can't solve it.
Yeah, it doesn't need to be solved. Yeah,
To be.
it doesn't need to be solved. Yeah. That as well may arise in this, because there are no limitations here. It doesn't need to be, so it's already what it is.
And that is
It's
it
just
too.
this.
Okay.
Sorry?
And that is what it is too, then, is that annoyance and frustration arising is all part of this.
Yes, yes, it comes and goes. It arises as frustration, anger, love, peace, joy, you know. But it's already not personal. It's already not personal. It's already not going anywhere. It's just this already. Whatever is arising, thinking that there's somewhere to get to, trying to get rid of the story happening or not, looking for something other than this happening or not. There's just this space which is already empty, arising, also arising as somebody who's looking for space.